Hello, my name is Nick. I run TCG Nick on eBay. I started TCG Nick a couple months ago. Maybe early February is when I started to really get into it. Basically because I started to really get into this hobby. I have been a huge Pokemon fan my whole life. I started with Diamond. My auntie bought me Diamond. And I remember playing that for days on days, hours and hours and hours on end. And then that evolved into Platinum, Soul Silver, Black. And I kind of dropped off after that because I didn't really have a 3DS. I never got a 3DS. That was my cat, just sneezed. But what I love the anime. I always used to watch the anime before school on Toasted TV here in Australia, if anyone's watching. But for some reason, I never got into the cards. I don't know if I thought it was because I thought it was lame or, for whatever reason I did. I just never got into them. I remember having a couple, maximum 10. Specifically, I remember a Golem from maybe Diamond and Pearl Platinum era. I couldn't tell you what it was, but I absolutely adored that card, and that was probably one of only like 50 cards that I had. I don't ever recall opening any packs. It was probably fake, who knows. But long story short, I never got into the card game. Fast forward to around about, November last year, that came out, which is a retail store here in Australia, and next to the checkouts there was a couple of blister packs, specifically Silver Tempest. I was like, oh, you know what? Why not? I have a spare $7, however much it was. Let's grab it. I think I grabbed 2. And when I got back into the car, I opened it up, and the first pack that I got was a Rainbow Rare Lance. I've actually got it here. Let me grab it out. This is the first card that I got in the first pack that I opened up in God knows how long, at least 10, 15 years. And after that, I was absolutely hooked. That was it. It got me. I was hooked in. I've basically been opening packs every now and then after that. I got really hard into it when 151 came out, as you can see. I've got the mat here. I'm sure a lot of people did. 151 was just absolutely huge, and it still is. Recently, we managed to be able to pick up a couple of ETBs from a retail store here called Big W, which was extremely rare. They had a completely random restock, unlike in America. We haven't had a restock in any of our retail stores for 151 for ages. So, when that happened, I rushed down to my local store. I could see the empty spot, and they were like, oh, we don't have any. The second closest store didn't have any, but there was one about 20 minutes right that had 20. So I zoomed there, picked up 4 boxes. I've opened up 2 so far. We'll probably open up 1 more, and then I'm going to keep 1 sealed. I've already got a sealed one from their first release. So I think 2 sealed would be perfectly fine in my collection. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that's how I got into the Pokemon cards. Thanks to this Lance, I've been hooked. But I wanted a way. I've noticed I was spending a lot of money on the cards. It's not cheap. I don't think it's cheap anywhere in the world. So I wanted a way to be able to fund just appreciating these cards. Opening them up, getting hits, that's really fun. But I just enjoy collecting them. I enjoy being able to hold it, look at the artwork, appreciate what was put into it. It's just amazing. And one way I thought of doing that was by starting an eBay store. The eBay store in mind, my idea was to start from scratch, quite literally. The first item I ever sold on eBay was the special illustration rare Zapdos from 151. We had a spare one. I think I sold that for about $65-$70. That would have been late last year. But then I got big into it in February of this year. And the idea was to only buy and sell cards with the money that I make off eBay. So with those $65, you know, I bought a couple of items off Facebook, and I've slowly just been selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying. And yesterday I had it wasn't particularly a goal, but it was definitely a big part of my eBay journey. I made $1,000 in sales yesterday, not in one day, but in total. And I kind of crept up. I was keeping an eye on the counter, you know, on the app it's extremely clear, but it feels really good. It feels great. I think I've made around about 80 to 85 sales in total. It's really been picking up over the last 2 weeks. Paldean Fates Baby Shinies, especially. So what I thought I would do is just talk about everything whilst going through what I currently have in stock. This is the majority of it. I have a couple that are not in this pile because they're in my cabinet. Ones that I really want to keep, I put in my cabinet to display. They're still up on eBay. However, you know, they're a little bit more than market price because I don't really want to let go of them just yet. So what I thought I'd do is I'll go through everything, show you what I've got up on my store at the moment at this point in time. It's the 30th of May right now. If you're seeing this, it's probably stuff that's been sold. But if there's something that you like, make sure you comment, and I'll reach out to you. I only ship out to Australia, so if you're in America or anything like that, or anywhere other than Australia, I won't be able to post it out to you. But yeah, I'll see if I can give you a deal that's a bit better than eBay price. So we've got two different stacks here. We got these ones that are not in grading card sleeves, just because they're a little bit of the cheaper ones, but we'll go for them. This is actually one of the only Japanese cards that I have. Regigigas V-Star. I believe this is from V-Star Universe, which is the Crown Zenith version, Japanese of Crown Zenith. Beautiful card. I definitely have noticed a quality difference in Japanese cards. You know, everyone was saying online about it, and I never really had any Japanese cards to be able to look at, but after I got that one, and I've also got another one that I'll show later on, I could definitely tell, especially just by holding them. They feel thicker. I'm not too sure if that's a good way to describe it. We've got a couple of these. I think we got one or two. It's a great Tuster, just a promo from Paldean Fates. Tornadus VMAX. I bought this one off an auction on eBay, thinking that I was going to win a bunch of other auctions off the same guy, and I was just going to combine the shipping. But I didn't win any of them, so I basically paid like $6 for this, and I think I've got it for sale for maybe 103, so I'm not going to make money on that. But that's all right. This is it's been an auction for probably the last month and a half at 99 cents. Nobody wants Paul Paldean Claude. It's 99 cents. But who knows, maybe someone will pick it up after seeing this video. I've got a couple of EX cards. It's Coridon EX from Temporal Forces. Gengar Temporal Forces. I've actually got 3 of these. It's a beautiful card. I really, really like this one. Gengar is such a great Pokemon. Obviously very popular. My favorite Pokemon is Lucario though. Not too many Lucario cards nowadays, unfortunately. I think there's a full art ultra rare. I'm not too sure what set that's from, but I think it's got an orange background and he's in the middle. Coridon. This is from Obsidian Fabed, I believe. So we'll just go through the EX cards here. Clefairbell, Obsidian Plains as well. I think majority of these EX cards, other than the Gengar one, between $2.49 and $3.49, except for this Pidgeot. This Pidgeot is a lot more than those ones. I'm pretty sure this Pidgeot is maybe $12, $13. I think it's, I don't play the game, but I'm pretty certain it's good in some decks. Maybe that's why. But this is a good quality one. So that's also up on the store. Pokémon. Still going through the EX cards. Obsidian Flames. Toadstool. Obsidian Flames. This one's actually got quite a few views over the last couple of days. I'm not too sure why. Maybe on the lowest listing. I'm sure this one will sell soon. Temporal Forces. For Regigaf. Not too sure. Torterra. Temporal Forces as well. I love Sinnoh. Sinnoh Gen 4 is my favorite. Anything from Gen 4 I absolutely love. Yeah, wow. That's great. Oh, somebody at the door, give me a sec. I'm back. It was the postman, and it's a very exciting package actually. Let me get it out for you. I saw this on one of the eBay groups, not eBay groups, Facebook groups, and it was a pretty good price. It was much lower than the lowest listing on eBay at the time when you put it in the group chat. And this is a set that I don't have much to do with. I got in way before this set was kind of A, taken off, and B, unable to be found in shelves anymore. I've got a couple packs of it. I've got an art set, but that's about it really. But this is it. I built a battle stadium for Evolving Skies. This is in great condition. Shrink wrap's perfectly fine. It's got nothing wrong with it. I collect booster bundles, and I don't believe Evolving Skies had a boosting bundle, but I build and battle boxes are basically exactly the same size, so this will look really nice in my collection. So that's awesome. Anyway, where were we? Yes, Sinnoh. Beautiful Pokemons. EXs, Temporal Forces, Scorpillion. I think that one's super cheap. It's like $1.99. Macargo. Whoop, that's from the new set. Twilight Masquerade. Haven't got too much of that. Haven't really picked up anyone's collections with it yet. No one's really selling it. But I did pick up this one from, which also came, the collection had a full art Infernape, which was absolutely amazing card, which I have already sold. Even these two, Rayquaza and Jirachi. Picked these ones up in a collection that I bought a couple days ago actually, and I had never seen them before. This is from Vivid Vulturing. They're an amazing rare, and these are absolutely beautiful cards. They're both up on the store, but honestly I might keep on. Even Jirachi is the same. I think there's a 9 in total amazing rares from Vivid Voltage. Maybe I'll see if I collect some. Now, this is a very special Squirtle. It's actually, it's posted a promo from 151, but where my thumb is, let's see if I can get it. Look, it has a HD swirl. Now I won this on an auction a couple months ago, and it's amazing. I didn't even know that these existed. Obviously, after I saw it, I did some research and I saw that this is a thing that can happen. And I think I got it for about 10 bucks. This is up on my store for a little bit more than probably it's worth. I think I got it up for like 40 bucks, but that's because I don't really want to let go of it, to be honest, just yet. I enjoy looking at it every now and then. Best offer is on though, so if anyone does want it, send me an offer and I'll consider it. Now we got the big boys, the full arts, the more expensive cards. These ones are just beautiful. Look at this. This is a Charizard B-Star. This is from the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. This is a promo. What a fantastic promo. It's Charizard battling the Mewtwo. It's the sister card of the Mewtwo V-Star from Crown Zenith. I actually don't have that one. Me and my partner are collecting Crown Zenith. We're collecting a couple sets at the moment. Crown Zenith, 151, a little bit of Paldea Face, and we've just started to open Lost Origin as well. Darkrai V-Star. Great card. I actually thought this one was fake, to be honest. The writing down the bottom right hand corner, if it can focus, it seemed to be thicker than newer V-Stars. But I did some research and apparently it's all like that. But that's also up on the store. These 2 trainer cards. Reboot Pod. Temporal Forces. These are fantastic. I've sold a couple of prime catches. I think I've sold 2 or 3. No, yes, 3. I sold 2 together, just under $100, and then sold 1 recently with a couple of Buddy Poppins. These are such beautiful cards. Never seen anything like it. I wasn't around where the old Ace specs were, so when these came out, I was like, holy crap. Master Ball. Such a great holo pattern. I don't know what you would call it, but it kind of looks like one of those shiny things that you would look down the little cylinders and you would move and shake all the jewels on the inside and you would look up in the sun. Gives me those type of vibes. Flip these around so they stay in order. Whoops, that's not right. There we go. This is another promo Charizard. This also came with the Charizard V-Star that we looked at. That was at the top of this pile. This is also a good card. These cards have beautiful textures on it. Let's see if I can get it hit to light. I'm not too sure if you can see it there. Kind of goes this way. This is such a cute card. My missus loves this card. It's actually a Venusaur in the background, if you haven't noticed. This is also in good quality. Emperor's V. Funny being about this one, I found this in a pile of bulk that came with a collection that I bought a couple of days ago. And we'll get to the big cards from that collection that I bought soon. But I also had to, other than about, I think there was 15 to 20 full arts and Vs that I mainly bought the collection for, but there was also about 500 cards of Vivid Voltage, bulk, and Temporal Forces. And within that bulk, I found this. I found a couple of Varita illustration rares, so that was a nice little find. I think one of those illustration rares I've already sold was the Houndour from Obsidian Flames. But yeah, this is such a great card. Again, this was way before I started getting into it, so this is really my first time enjoying all of these cards. These textures are amazing. I was surprised to see how kind of cheap this card goes for. I was expecting this to be, you know, pretty up there, but I guess no one wants it. Omanyte, 151, classic. Most of these 151 cards are spares from when me and my partner opened them up. I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, about these cards not having any texture on them. But then when I started to see that from other sets, the illustration rares normally don't have texture, I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. But when I first started going to open them, I was expecting them to be textured like that info that I just showed. Caterpie. This Caterpie has been on my store for so long. It's the most viewed item on my store. It gets a couple of views every single day. It's got, I think it's got 10 or 11 watches on it at the moment, and it just will not sell. It's not the cheapest on the market, but it's been on there for a month or two, and every day it gets a couple of views. I think it's going to sell, but no, it's probably because it is, like I said, not the cheapest. I might have to adjust that price, but I'm happy where it is at the moment. It will sell when it needs to sell. Relicanth. This is amazing artwork as well. I love cards that have other Pokemon on it. I also love cards where the Pokemon have jobs. It's just amusing to me. This Relicanth has 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon in its background. 5 actually, 5 behind the text. Other than the Relicanth. What a great card. Yeah. Excadrill, speaking of Pokemon with jobs, this artwork just makes sense. The name, ground type, obviously loves drilling. You got the miners in the background, in the foreground with all of them chilling. You got this one having a snooze, this one coming out of the hole, This one eaten. Poffin, I would assume. Maybe not a poffin because it looks like the humans are already. Can humans eat poffins? I'm not too sure. Larvitar. I have 2 of these. This is actually also one of the first cards that I opened up other than the Lance. I think I got a Silver Tempest and a Obsidian Flames pack during that. And the Larvitar was one of the other ones that I've also opened. It's a very cute card. I love the Tyranitar from this set. Is it from this set? I think so. It might be from Paldea Evolved. I'm not too sure. I'm still learning all the sets. It just absolutely amazes me the knowledge that some of these people have on YouTube, in the Discords, on the Facebook page, and subreddits and stuff. Just, these people have been collecting Pokemon cards for ages, and I'm slowly getting there. I'm learning. I learn pretty quickly. When I pick up a hobby, and this is what this is. It's a hobby. I have a full-time job, but I don't depend on this whatsoever. None of the money that comes from eBay goes towards any bills or anything. It purely just is a self-efficient. A room. Also a nice card. Pidgey. This is a very cool card. It gives me Gen 1. Obviously Pidgey's from Gen 1, but the first anime vibes. Pardon me. I don't know. It's a funky artwork. The Pidgeot as well. And the Pidgeotto. Great combination. That's from Obsidian Flames as well. Radiant Charizard. It's actually one of the first packs we ever opened of Crown Zenith. I got this out. What a fantastic holo pattern as well. Reminds me of the Apex, to be honest. When I packed this open, I was like, oh, this must be a huge card. Obviously it's not. It goes for about $8, but still. Price doesn't matter. I don't care what the prices of cards are. If it looks cool, then I appreciate it. And this just looks great. This is another one on my store that's getting a lot of views. I'm assuming because it's Charizard. It's a decent price. Again, not the cheapest. This is Darkrai Prison card. This is the first one that I saw of this type. Seems to be a... it seems to happen a lot. Seeing how new I am to this hobby. That's what's great about it. I discover cards I've never seen before every day. And these prison cards are a thing that was from, I think, Sun and Moon? Prism something. I forgot the name of it. But they're great. They're amazing. I love the black borders. I'm also a big fan of dark cards, like just dark colored cards. And this one's in pretty good condition as well. Scratches you see are just from the card saver, but the actual card is in great condition. I've obviously got better photos. Got a couple of Darkrai's coming up as well. This one's from 2016. Possibly from Black and White, if I remember correctly. These are also in great condition. I won a Darkrai bundle auction. The big card from that auction was a Darkrai V-Star from Crown Zenith, the trainer gallery there. That's already been sold. Sold a couple days ago. But I've also got, obviously, the Darkrai you just saw. This one that I'm holding. And they're in pretty good nick, to be honest. Not too sure if I would call them gradable. Like, I don't know if they would get a 9 or a 10, but probably an 8. But not too many people grade to get an 8. Great for the buy of the day. Another Darkrai. This one's from 2013. I think this one was from Arceus. Not too sure. This is a Goblin EX. This one's from before this Darkrai, so even older. This one I actually got as a freebie. I bought a bunch of baby shinies from someone on Facebook, and he threw in a bunch of EX cards. I think there was 2 or 3 of them, and this was one of them. And I'm not too sure if he knew the value of it. It's a great nick. I did reach out to him though and let him know. I was like, hey, you gave me like a $15 card as a freebie. Would you like me to send it back? And he's like, no, man. Oh, I didn't realize, but it's done and done. So that's nice. If this sold, I might reach out to him and give him some money for it. Habok EX, we're up to a couple of 151 EX cards now. In our collection, we've got a majority of them. I think we still need Kangaskard and Blissey. We open this one. Nice card. Hard box of cool Pokemon. Got the Charizard. This one sells really well. I have sold about maybe 6 or so in my store. I think I sold 3 at one time once, and they absolutely flew off the shelf. This was a bit, maybe a month or 2 ago is the last time I've had any in stock. But they sold really quickly. And I'm sure this one will too. It's already got a couple of views on it. I've only just put it up. Great card. What I did notice recently, and I didn't know that this was the case, but on these new the Scarlet and Violet EXs, you've obviously got the picture, but the picture actually extends down behind the text, and you can't see it in my video, but I'll see if I can find a photo to put up on the screen here. The picture fully extends, but it's just, you can't see it. And when I discovered that, I was like, oh my god. I quickly looked through all my EX cards, and I was like, oh, it's true. Dragapult, here we go. This card is apparently busted in the TCG at the moment. That is why it is at the price that it's at. Just to this EX card. This is from Twilight Masquerade, by the way, so the set that's just released. I got this in a bundle where I got the Infernape. That's already been sold. This card goes for around about 25-30 bucks at the moment. I think I've got it up for about 26. But yeah, great card. Really cool artwork as well. I love the little one. Again, I don't know his name. I swear I love Pokemon. It doesn't sound like it, but these new gen Pokemons, I am not too, I don't have too much knowledge of them. I'm not too sure if I'm a big fan of these Terra Pokemon, to be honest. I know it's a gimmick from the most recent games, but who knows. Got a big dog under this one. Not this one, but under the Glamora. This is a cool card. This is from Obsidian Flames as well. Again, this is one of the cards I also found within the bog pile of that collection. Same as the Ampharos. So this was a nice little surprise. This is a great card. I love green. Green is my favorite color, especially this type of green. Nice fluoro green, and it looks so good with the contrast of the blue. Majority of these cards are in great condition as well. Here we go. Charizard EXs. These are the 2 big boys that I have in my store at the moment. This was the one where I bought the collection with, where I said that I had to buy the bulk and I found those cards in. These are the main things that I bought for. We've got 2 here. Very similar condition at the front. At the back, the person I bought these off from, I don't think it was a huge, wasn't really well adverse of what to do with trading cards in general if you get a cool one. I think when I bought it from him, he said that his son was super big into him and loved opening them up, and he's dropped out of the hobby and he just wanted to sell it for him to fund whatever else he was getting into. And these cards are just kind of sitting in a cupboard. They weren't sleeved, they weren't anything. So there's a couple of scratches on the back of them. So they're definitely not near mint, but still such great cards. Beautiful card. Amazing. And because I've got 2 conditions, I've made the right shot on the penny sleeve. I've got a variation listing up on my eBay store at the moment, and so look through the photos, see the marks at the back for each one. I can't show them in the video here because it's at a very specific angle and you won't be able to see it through the card saver. But great cards. Gengar. This is amazing. This is one of the ones that I saw from Temporal Forces when it came out, and I nearly bought this card the day Temple Forces released on eBay. I think it was going for about 40-45 bucks. It hasn't dropped dramatically. Or maybe it has. It's half its price. This is up here for about, I'm not too sure I have it up on my store, but it would be close to $25, maybe $30 range. But this is such a great card. Again, this is one of the cards that I have up on my store that's a little bit higher than You know, market price at the moment, it's not the lowest listing, but that's because I just want to experience it a little bit more before I ship it off. Then a Fernape sold. That was also one of the cards that I've also set a little bit higher than market price, but that's still sold surprisingly. Maybe it's because I have good photos. Quackerville, this is a promo. Paldean Fates. I've got the baby shiny versions of these as well. I don't know if you noticed, but there's been a method to my madness to how I sort these. You know, they were V stars at the start, A specs, Vs, then illustration rares, then the odd cool ones, into the EXs, then the full art EXs. You know, it makes sense in my mind. For the amount of cards that I have at the moment, I don't really need to sort them into type or name or alphabetical order or anything. Works for me. Ortega, again, this is one that I found in the bulk. This is from Obsidian Flames as well. Have I been saying Oblivion Flames this whole time? It's Obsidian Flames. Ortega, when I first saw this one, I was like, oh, this one must be huge. $6, doesn't matter though. Beautiful card. I love the colors, I love the texture. I'm not too familiar with the character though. Still card. Paldean Student. I think everyone who's opened up Paldean Fates has gotten one of these. This is a it's a good cheap full art card. Gets $2.40. I have it up on the store at the moment. Great texture, cool characters. Explorer's Guidance from Temporal Forces. Again, these full art rares, character rares, are very cool. I find that with these as well, they don't seem to differ too much in the illustrations. You know, especially with the lower common and uncommon cards, Pokemon, the way that they're drawn can differ a lot. You know, you've got the person who makes the little clay ones, you got the person who does the realistic looking ones, and then very cartoony ones. But I find with characters, they're basically all the same style. And if there's a reason for that, let me know, because I'm not too sure why. But that's just something that I've noticed. Leon, great character, Sword and Shield game. Champion of the Gala region, I think it's Gala. What a great card. This was also found in the bulk. So I'm not too sure. That dude didn't sort it very well. The sun's going down here. Well, it's getting covered by a cloud at least, so the light in the video might be changing. Then we've got a whole bunch of baby shinies. Now, these baby shinies probably is what sold the best on my store. I'm not too sure if it's because I have good prices. You know, it's also probably people love collecting these baby shinies. But I buy them at a good price to resell. I think it's at that perfect point where they're rare enough for people to pay $7, $10 for some, you know, up to $45 for the baby Snorlax if you're collecting them. But they're also common enough that people who don't collect them open them up frequently and have a large amount of them. And those are the type of people you want to buy off, because they're not really too concerned with the price. So I buy these at a bulk rate. I think a couple of weeks ago, I bought 28 of them from 2 different sellers. I made a short on that, and that short did really well. And since that short's been out, I don't think it's because of this short. I have sold majority of them. We've got a couple left still though. Kadabra. This Kadabra is damaged on the bottom left hand corner. It's just got a little bit of lift up with some of the cards I did buy from one of the blokes. They unfortunately got snagged in the packaging, and I think about 7 or 8 of them got damaged. But that's okay, I just sold them, just listed them up a little bit less. They're still selling though. People who are collecting these just want them for the binder, and they're not too concerned for them to be in absolute mint condition. Corellia. But I must say, I do think these baby shinies are amazing. I love the idea of them. I have a Japanese Riolu and Lucario. The Lucario is in PSA 10. It's the only graded card I have. PSA 9, sorry. Just because I love Riolu and I love I love Lucario. I love Riolu as well, but I love baby shinies. I think they're just different. You know, they're just a standard card, but with a texture and a very clear photograph of whatever Pokemon there are with its shiny form, which is awesome. The Spiritomb, wow, what a card. I love the colors. I love shiny Spiritomb. Light blue, purple. Look at the texture on that. Sold about 3 of those. This is the last one I have. Hoppip. Hoppip's getting a lot of views at the moment. Again, not too sure if it's because it's a harder Pokemon to find. Or maybe I have the lowest listing. Who knows? Pawmi. Pawmi and Pawmo. Evolution line. We're getting close to the end here. I'm thinking of doing a lot more long format videos like this. Whether it'll be listing, sorting through some bulk. Like I've mentioned multiple times, I have a lot of bulk now. Probably not as much as a lot of other people, but you know, I have my own bulk from 151, Paldea, and all the other packs that I've opened up, and I've also got a bunch of Vivid Voltage bulk and Temporal Forces bulk. I might be able to make common, you know, completed common and uncommon sets of those and sell those. Got to find a way to be able to make some money off those. Might as well. Kilowattrel. Mokro. I love the purple Mokro. Shiny Mokro is very cool. Wow, look at that. This lamp's really annoying, sorry. And thank you for sticking around this long for the people who have. We're nearing the end. We have Ponyard here. I wanted to make this video because I've really enjoyed watching a bunch of long format videos, or specifically listening to a bunch of long format videos, and especially Pokemon related ones now recently, seeing after making this eBay store. A couple of channels I want to shout out with some great long form videos is Pokemon Steven. He's a fantastic YouTuber who runs a great eBay store. He runs a graded store, and him and his missus, they also run a single card store. He specializes in Japanese stuff, but he makes some amazing YouTube videos that have helped me out a lot on my journey. So go watch him. He frequently makes half an hour, sometimes up to 2 hour long videos. He does a great video series called Ask Steve. A lot of knowledge in those videos. Before we get into this next one, we got Baxcalibur here. This one's damaged. I had a couple of these. This one's got the sign on here just so I know that this is the damage on. There you go. You can clearly see the damage there. But another smaller YouTuber, his name's Ernie. He's got a couple of 20 to 30 minute long videos on his channel. I think he's got about 6 or 7 of them, and they're great. I really enjoy listening to his. He seems like a very knowledgeable dude, and I really enjoy watching his stuff as well. And then we're getting to the end here. Quaxley and Quaxel. These are the promos that come in with the full art one that we've already gone through. Yeah, great cards. That's about it. Cards that I'm yet to list. I'll quickly go through these. Nothing huge, as I prioritize the bigger cards to list first. We have a H/Themax, Colossal, couple of V cards, Drapion, Togekiss, whatever that is, Japanese Tyranitar, Japanese Paldean friends as well. I've got a couple of the Crown Zenith characters, another Clodstar, a couple of General Darkrai's that was also in a bulk, and then a Swablu as well. So these will be up on the store soon. Nothing too special there, but if anyone's looking for one of those, keep an eye out the next couple of days. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far, it's good to hear. I hope you've enjoyed either sitting down on the couch and watching this haul, which I highly doubt any of you would have done, or at least just having it in the background. I enjoy, like I said, those type of videos, so I hope that I could have made a video as well that you would have done that as well. And you know, whilst you're mowing the lawn, washing your dishes, whilst you're working. But yeah, these are the cards I have in my store at the moment. My store is going to be linked down in the description. Leave a comment on this video with your favorite card that you've seen in this. My favorite card. Ooh, it has to be Charizard or the Gengar. They're the big boys, but if I had to choose maybe a smaller one, this Ampharos. I really enjoy this Ampharos actually. It's such a great card. But enough of that, I'm rambling now. Thank you very much for watching. Watch my shorts. I think I make some great shorts. See you later.